Greetings and blessings. So, the title of today's subject is The War of Armageddon. And as you can see when you log on, it's going to say Mississippi burning. Now, I'm from Mississippi. And like most of us, we're watching what is taking place in Mississippi because Mississippi is the test ground. And I know as a Freemason, people say, well, in Freemason, we shouldn't talk about politics and religion. I get it. But right now is not the time. Because as I watch and I see what's happening in Mississippi, how they're beginning to set up their own little play and how they're going to be using the Capitol Police the Department to patrol a particular area within Mississippi. How they're setting up their own judicial system within a system to be the judge and jury. How they're rolling back the clock in time to a Jim Crow era. Now you may be wondering, how does Freemasonry play a part in all of this? How does it play a part in all this? And I'm gonna get to that. But I need for us to understand that there's some things happening. And as much as those who want to have recognition with mainstream Freemasonry, this to me is a gut punch in your face. Let me tell you why. See, although most may have that friendly relationship, but what does that mean for you in the long run? Like, what does that mean for you right now? Because in Mississippi, there's a problem in Mississippi. Like most places around the United States, there is a judicial problem. But I'm just talking about Mississippi right now only because of what's actually is happening in your face in Mississippi. There is a lot of Masons in Mississippi, be it Modern Free, International, PHO, John G. Jones. There's a lot of Masons in Mississippi, black Masons. They may not be part of the same jurisdiction, but you are part of the same diaspora. Hear me clearly. When they pull you over in Mississippi, they're not seeing you as a Prince Hall, a John G. Jones, a Modern Free, and they're seeing you as a black man. And I know that there are quite a few black elected officers of the court, policemen. I get it. I get it. But who runs the system, the justice system in Mississippi? Who runs that system? And I'm saying right now, Mississippi, you just come out of a serious storm. But right now, Mississippi is burning. See, in February, they struck, the legislation in Mississippi clearly stated we want to use the Capitol Police Department to patrol this particular area. Not only do we want to do that, we want to select our own judges separate from those who are elected. We know that Mississippi is almost like 80% African American. We know that. But my God, the things that they're doing to you right now, you're in the majority, and you can't push your issue across? You mean to tell me you don't have enough gump to push that issue across to say enough is enough? No, this is not going to happen. You mean to tell me there's not enough white people in Mississippi to see what's happening? Or are they just going along with it because they know that they're going to benefit from it? Oh, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something is happening in Mississippi. Mississippi is going to need some help here coming pretty soon. And I'm saying that because you brothers of the craft who have issues with other brothers, you're going to have to squash that. I'm telling you right now, in Mississippi, you brothers of the craft, you brothers, you black people of the craft, you're going to have to settle your differences and come together because you got a problem in Mississippi. While you keep struggling and talking about you want recognition from mainstream grand lodges, they kicking your ass right now in the legislators. That's what they doing right now. See, look, Mississippi, I need for you to remember when Medgar Evers got killed. Who killed Medgar Evers? I need for you to think. When those freedom riders came through Mississippi and those three individuals were killed, there was a white gentleman and two black boys that was killed in Philly. Who did that? I need for you to remember how this thing is coming back up. I need for you to think for a minute because you ain't thinking, Mississippi. I'm talking to the craft that is in Mississippi. You ain't thinking. And if you're thinking, you need to be like, how can we build this cohesiveness of a brotherhood that's going to work for our community? Because you ain't doing it right now. You ain't doing it right now. And no, man. I come home once a year, every year. And now, hell, even I'm afraid to come home. I may not be able to get out. Because right now, the way it looks, Mississippi is burning. There's an Armageddon going on in Mississippi right now. And you're going to have to make up your mind, brothers of the craft, how you're going to come together. Cohesiveness for the betterment of your community. That's what you're going to have to do, Mississippi. I'm talking to you Masons in Mississippi right now. Because you are so hell-bent on some other stuff. Your community needs to find a way to set aside those small differences that somebody has lied to you about and put in place a system of brotherly love, relief, and truth for one another. You're going to have to do that. Because if you don't, you're going to be in a bad situation. It's happening so quick. It's happening before your very eyes. And I don't know how many of you are able to grasp oh my God, I don't know how you're going to be able to grasp what's actually taking place when you have the legislators of Mississippi putting in rules and regulations that's going to govern your life while you're living there. That's going to change the dynamics while you're living there. You have the mayor of Jackson who's fighting for you. Now, I'm not saying ain't nobody fighting. I didn't say that. I'm just saying and looking at it from the point of view of those who are actually just sitting on the sideline like if everything okay in Mississippi. Everything is not okay in Mississippi. Mississippi is burning. Oh yeah, Mississippi is burning. And that's my place where I was born and came up. And yeah, you're right. You're right, JC. Mississippi is the test ground. See, they're testing and see how you're going to respond in Mississippi. After it gets passed in Mississippi, oh, don't you think one moment Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas, Florida, oh, don't you think one moment it ain't going to come your way. And I'm in California. I ain't thinking one moment it's going to travel. That is the testing ground. Let's see what the response is going to be. I'm a little excited because I'm like, man, do they not see it? You running around talking about you a Mason and you all this and you're doing all these things in the community. Do you not see how involved you really have to be? And I guarantee you this, most of those individuals who are white, most of them that sit as elected positions in whatever offices may be in Mississippi, I guarantee you 60 to 70% of them are white. and they are white Masons. I guarantee you that. Because you tend to have forgotten what they are willing to do to you to reserve power. No, you ain't hearing me. You forgot what they're willing to do to reserve their power. Look, I remember coming up, Jackson Mall was the mall to be at. Then they built the Metro Center Mall in Yazoo. It was the mall to be at. And right now, when you drive through Jackson, Jackson Mall look like a ghost town. The Metro Center is looking like a ghost mall. It's looking like it's falling from the inside. Madison, Mississippi is somewhat booming right now. But I can guarantee you this. There's going to be places that the black man and woman ain't going to be able to go in Mississippi. Yes, I said ain't going to be able to go in Mississippi. Because I remember growing up in Mississippi, you couldn't go across the tracks. We call that the white folks' neighborhood. They had the best parks. They had the best recreation centers. The police department was on their side of the town. The fire department was on their side of the town. And you was shit out of luck if your house caught a fire and the train was coming. Your house would just burn down. And they didn't build a new fire department in my city until like in the mid-80s. Okay, we're talking the 80s. They built a new fire department on my side of the town where I grew up as a child in the 80s. I'm just saying. Mississippi, you got a problem. Armageddon is at your doorstep. Now, I know some of you brothers of the craft are saying, what's that got to do with free? It has a lot to do with Freemasonry. Because see, the guy that shot Medgar Evers was a mainstream Freemason. And how long did it take for you to bring him to justice? You see, the police officers that killed those three gentlemen in Philly, how long did it take you to bring them to justice? Or did they ever come to justice? You know, a lot of the hangings that happens in Mississippi, and yes, they're still hanging black people in Mississippi. You get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you'll see and they'll call it suicide. You know I'm not lying. I'm just saying, right now, you black Masons, I'm talking to you. You're going to have to set aside your own small differences, Stringer Grand Lodge of Mississippi, PHA. I'm talking to Prince Hall Grand Lodge Origin of Mississippi. I'm talking to International. There's a few of you brothers down there in Mississippi. I'm talking to John G. Jones Grand Lodge of Mississippi because I know it's one there. I'm talking to all of y'all. Y'all going to have to do something. You're going to have to formulate. You're going to have to come together. You're going to have to, there's an issue at your doorstep. Do you not see what's taking place? Are you just so naive to what's happening? You got a fight on your hands. You got a serious economic, you have a serious community, you got a serious issue at your doorstep. You're going to have to use all of your resources to come together and to fight this Armageddon that's at your door. There's a war at your door. Now, you can call me crazy, but call me Crazy Tony. I'm from Mississippi. And them people down there are willing to do whatever it takes to stay in power. Oh, see, I'm giving you some real stuff here. They don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to be successful. At one time when I was growing up, there were some booming places in Mississippi. Canton was a booming place when I was coming up. Canton, Mississippi, home of the Canton Spirituals. It was sort of a booming place. Madison was a booming place. Jackson was a boom. Everybody wanted to go to Jackson. It was the place to be down there on Lynch Street, Fairs. It was the place to go in. It was the club. It was the thing. Right now, you're terrified. You're killing each other, and they watching and waiting. Now they waited long enough, and in February this year, they said, "Hey, we want to have our own little set over here. We want our own judges." What? You want your own judges to do what? Yeah, yeah. If you get caught on this side of town, we have our own judicial system already waiting on you. We're going to use the Capitol Police to patrol our own communities. What? You're going to use the Capitol Police to patrol your areas. And then if somebody get caught running a red light, a stop sign, breaking the law in your area, you got your own judicial system separate from those who was elected from office. I'm not saying that there is not a fight with black leadership in Mississippi. I didn't say that at all. I'm talking to the common man and woman, and those who proclaim to be of the Freemasons. I'm talking about you guys. I'm talking about how are you going to sit idly by on the sideline and think about, oh yeah, I wish we had recognition with mainstream Grand Lodge. I'm talking to you brothers in Arkansas too, because you just right above Mississippi. Oh, so you happy that you have recognition in Kansas or Kentucky. Oh, so you happy about that. Oh, I'm telling you, Mississippi is the test ground. And they're watching to see how you're going to respond and how you're going to react. And then they're going to move from Mississippi. And they're going to move to another southern state. And they're going to put something in very similar to that. Man, these people are not playing. Look, these people are not playing. They're going to do whatever it takes to stay in power. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of Masonic brothers, mainstream. They're on board with it. You could take it or let it alone. I'm telling you, they are on board with it. And you can say how much of a friendship, you can say how much you want to be with them, play with them, act like them, be social with. I'm telling you, you're on fire. I see the smoke, and I'm 2,000 miles away. You need help. And ain't nobody coming to save you but you. You can pray, you can pray, you can pray. You can go to church on Sunday. You can go to church on Wednesday. You can go to church all through the week. You can have revival now. You can have revival later. There's no one coming to save you, Mississippi. But you brothers of the craft, and you sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star, you are going to have to be the one to take a stand. Oh, brother, you done lost. What do you mean? Yes. You're going to have to be that beacon of light. You say you got light. What's that light you got on? You say you got light. Well, hell, let it shine. Huh? Let it shine. You say you're all about the community. We're about helping the community. You say, how else are you going to help the community unless you stand up and fight for the very community you talking about helping? I know quite a few Masons in Mississippi. I know some that was elected to various positions on the political scene. What are you going to do? Oh, well, brother, you know. Ain't no all well, brother, you know it, nothing. You are about to catch hell. And for those who are old enough to remember what it was like growing up in the 60s, early 70s, and I would say even in the 50s, if you're still in Mississippi, you have a remnants of what it was like. How the police would catch you and beat your ass. They still doing it. Excuse my language. But I'm just saying, brothers of the craft and sisters of the order in Mississippi, you're going to have to come together. You're going to have to set aside the differences that somebody has told you about. Somebody has lied on you against your brother. You're going to have to set that aside and work together for the betterment of your community. You're really going to have to be about that work. If not, if you don't get it right, if you don't come together, it's going to be sad in Mississippi. And after they get through with you in Mississippi, they coming to Alabama. After they get done with you in Alabama, they coming to Georgia. After they get through with you in Georgia, oh, you got the Carolinas, you got Florida. And hell, I'm not going to forget Texas. Oh, yeah, I'm not forgetting Texas. Okay? I'm not forgetting Texas. Kansas, Arkansas. Oh, man, this thing here is about to go off. In Mississippi, it's the testing ground. Hit the like button, the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. But I'm telling you, sisters of the orders and brothers in Mississippi, man, if y'all don't get this thing together quick, fast, in a hurry, when you go off to go to work one morning and the police get behind you and it's a Capitol police officer, they're going to take you to a whole nother jail. They're going to take you to a whole nother place where the system is not going to be a liking to you. Those 12 jurors are not going to look like you. As a matter of fact, they don't look like you now, for the most part. Although Mississippi may be 80% African Americans, black, when you go in court, they ain't looking like you. They ain't looking like you. Come on, talk back to me. I know there are some brothers from Mississippi who watch this channel. Talk back to me. They ain't looking like you when you go into court. And them 12 jurors are sitting over there. They ain't looking like you. Because if they was looking like you wouldn't be in a situation you're in right now. The system that's there, oh man, they licking their chops. They finna come up on some money and some more slave labor. That's what they're about to do. And for you youngsters that are in Mississippi, you youngsters, y'all running around like everything is okay. I got nieces and nephews back there. Y'all think it's a game. It's a game to y'all. But these people are about to ride down on you so hard. Hard. Man, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing. You need to talk to your mother. If you got a mother or a grandmother in Mississippi right now who are in their 70s, in their late 60s, even in their 60s, you need to have a conversation with them. You need to talk to your grandmothers and your great-grandmothers, if they still living, and ask them how it was in the 50s and 60s and early 70s, even somewhat in the 80s. You need to talk to them. Let them tell you how it was. And as a matter of fact, how it somewhat still is. But it's about to get crazy. My only plea is that you brothers of the craft who may have your differences is to set that shit to the side. Use masonry for the betterment of your people. Have you got that yet? Do you watch how mainstream use masonry for the betterment of their community, their people? Have you not risen to a level of understanding of how masonry can shape, can move, can mold, can set straight? Have you not gotten that yet? My heart man, I'm telling you, my heart goes out to those who are in Mississippi right now. I wasn't even going to talk about this. I wasn't. But then again, it was on my heart, it was on my mind just to bring it to your attention that, do you realize, and maybe you do, what's taking place right now? Good evening, how you doing? Good evening, my brother. I have gotten a book, The Great Keys of Solomon. I just want my brothers of the craft and my sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star to realize you have to use masonry for the benefit of your community. They're doing it right before your eyes. Do you not understand how they're using this craft to stay in power? You don't get it? Man, come on. You're going to have to stand up and fight for yourselves. Nobody is coming to save you if you live in Mississippi. Nobody is coming to save you but you. You're it. You're all you got. And if you're a Mason or an Eastern Star living in Mississippi, if you don't understand how to use this craft for the benefit of your community and how to go into places and to make things work for you, if you have not gotten that yet, then I feel sorry for you. I have a teacher. His name was Percy Kane out of Canton, Mississippi. Very highly educated man. Percy Kane was the guy was a genius, and I didn't know Mr. Kane was a Mason from the way he moved. I didn't know that Mr. Huey Porter, who was the principal of my high school, was a Mason. I didn't know that Mr. Humphreys was a Mason because of how they moved and how they did things. See, they used to meet at the X Hall in Canton, Mississippi, in that upper room. See, because the Elks and the Masons ran real tight. They run real tight in Mississippi. But you're going to have to take that fraternal order of yours, being the Elks, the Shriners, whatever it looks like. You're going to have to take that and make that thing work for you. That's what you're going to have to do. And if you don't do it, soon and very soon, you're going to look around and you're not going to be able to move as freely as you think. When those red lights come on behind you, and you in Jackson or some other places where the Capitol Police is at, and they take you to another judicial system, I don't know how you feel about it or what you think about it. But I'm hoping that if you're a Mason, an Eastern Star, and you're watching this, you're going to have to take this and learn and use the craft for the betterment of your community, because they are doing it for themselves. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think I know, but what I know. They are well connected. That's a fact. They are well connected, and you need to take that craft and do the same thing. That's what you need to do. And if you don't understand how to do it, why are you even a Mason or an Eastern Star? I'm not saying take the craft and take advantage of it. I'm talking about take it and use it for the betterment of those who are around you in your community. To legitimately do that. But you can't get nowhere when you're at odds with each other over nothing. Set aside those small differences and begin to look at the bigger picture, the bigger structure. Because they have already set the foundation of how they want to run Mississippi. And Mississippi is 80% black. Or 75, you give or take. You're in the majority, and you mean to tell me you're going to sit alibi and watch this play out? And then you're going to get mad at those you elect to be in office? Brothers and sisters, you're going to have to stand behind your elected policies and your elected Look, if you know of a black politician in Mississippi, you need to find out where does he or she stands. That's what you need to do. When you find out where he or she stands, they're going to have to start fighting for you. Okay? Now, I'm not saying they're not already fighting, but they need your support. You already in Jackson got a jacked up water system in Jackson. We already know it. The government gave you $8 million to straighten that system out. Then after they gave you $8 million to straighten it out, the governor of Mississippi said, wait, hold on. You got $8 million, Jackson, Mississippi, you got $8 million? Hold on. You don't know what to do with that money. You don't know what to do with that money. No, Jackson. You need to turn it over to us. We know what to do with it. You will be a fool to give $8 million to the governor of Mississippi, knowing what he's already said about you. When you was going through that water crisis not long ago, and you're probably still going through it, and Jackson State was having their issues when Deion Sanders was there, and they was trying to get water to the college, what did he say when he was up in Starkville, Mississippi? What did he say? I'd rather be here than there. You know what colleges are up by Starkville. Mississippi State is up by Starkville. Ole Miss, Oxford. Come on. Now, I'm going to say this. To you African-American athletes who are playing football at Ole Miss and Mississippi State, you're going to have to take a stand too. Oh, yeah. You're going to have to take a stand too. See, they come get you for their entertainment. They come and recruit you for their entertainment. Oh, yes. Mississippi State, they come get you. Oxford, Ole Miss, they come get you for your entertainment, for their entertainment purposes, and tell you you don't need to be involved. You have to get involved. These are your people. These are your people. These are your grandmothers and grandfathers. These are your sisters and brothers who need for you to take a stand somewhere along the line and say, look, if y'all ain't going to treat us right in Jackson, what do you think going to happen in Oxford? What do you think going to happen in Starksville? What do you going to think going to happen in West Point? What do you think going to happen in Columbus? What do you think going to happen in Yazoo, Macon? What do you think going to happen over there in Tunica? What do you think going to happen? All I'm saying is this, brothers. You're going to have to find a way out of no way. You're going to have to save yourselves because nobody's coming to save you. You're going to have to build a stronger community because them folks are not playing with you. Them folks ain't playing with you. Say whatever you want to say. Them folks are not playing with you. And because you think you're working and you got a good job down there at Nissan, you got a good job down at Levi's, you got a good job at some of those other plants that may be there, man, them people are not playing with you. I'm just saying, Mississippi is the first step in seeing if they can introduce a legislation politically, come behind you and change those rules and regulations for that particular section of the town or city and dare you to do anything about it. They're daring you to do anything about a situation that's going to affect you for the rest of your natural black life in Mississippi. And that's a fact. And I'm not saying that what they're doing there can't happen here in California. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that Mississippi is like, let's see what's going to happen. Mississippi is the framework, the foundation. So if you're in politics and you're black, you need to galvanize those people in your community. If you're a congressman or a senator and you're black, you're going to have to galvanize your community. You're going to have to give them, you're going to have to educate them on what's actually taking place. And for you gang members down there in Mississippi who's running amok, killing up each other, for y'all, oh, it's over. It's over. Oh, man, y'all don't even know. Man, it's over for you. See, what they're going to do, they're going to let you tear up Jackson, certain parts of it. They're going to let you tear up southern part of Jackson. But that North Jackson, you ain't going to even be able to go there. There's only a few black people that live up in North Jackson. There's some, man, some. But for you who don't live up in North Jackson, and you know where I'm talking about, you you gonna have issues. You are not gonna be freely able to travel in certain parts of North Jackson if this thing take off and the Capitol Police is able to do what they're gonna do because of the legislation and the governor and those who are in high places. Oh, you think it's a spiritual war right now? You wait. You need to come out of those churches, get up off your knees, and get active in your community. Because ain't nobody coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. That's just a fact. And this is a message for the craft. Stringer Grand Lodge, you there. I'm talking to you. I'm talking also to PHO, Prince Hall Origin, Grand Lodge of Mississippi. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to John G. Jones, Grand Lodge of Mississippi, Modern, Free, International. I'm talking to all of y'all. You're going to have to set aside your differences. King David. Yeah, I know about you being in Mississippi, King David Grand Lodge out of Mississippi. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I don't know how big you are. I remember you was once a very large Masonic organization there. You had a big presence in Mississippi at one time. I knew that. But I'm telling you, you're going to have to come together in Mississippi in order for Mississippi to come out of that burning house. Because right now, it's burning. And it's just starting. It's smoldering. Now, I can see the smoke from California. It's smoldering right now. All I'm asking you to do is to set aside your differences and get more active in really understanding what's taking place. Because they're turning back the hands of the clock to a time that wasn't too long ago. You're only talking 50 years ago. They're flipping the script. If you was 15, 16, if you was 14, if you was 10 years old, about 50 years ago, you know what they said. You better be in the house before the lights come on. You better not go on that side of town. You better not. You know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. You what? No, You need to be in the house before the lights. And you understood that. You know why? Because if you get caught out in the wrong place, them people will get you. You'll come up missing. And they will declare that you committed suicide. Absolutely, we need to settle our differences, period. But the mindset, see, too many of us have a white mindset. And I'm saying that because I look at how you treat your brother. I look at how you treat your brother Masons. Your mindset is not ready to actually come out of the slums. You have a ghetto mind mentality. Mr. Johnson water is cold. His ice is colder. Until you look at it and say, well, damn, I got my own ice. I need your ice. I got my own house. I don't need your house. I got my own land. Until you begin to realize that you don't need Mr. Johnson no more, then and only then will you rise. Then and only then will you rise. But as long as you believe that you need somebody else to help you across the waters, instead of using the resources that you got, you're going to always have this situation in Mississippi. Not only in Mississippi, but there are other places. But I'm talking about Mississippi right now. Because Mississippi, you're burning. The smoke is smoldering. And when it stops smoldering, and you see that flame pop up, it's going to be too late. Your people who you elected into office need your help. Because they're about to do a power grab, and it ain't going to be pretty. Greetings, what's up? What's going on, Brother Glenn Brown? How you doing from the UK? Mystic Lodge 619, how you doing, brother? And I'm going to say this. Brother Glenn Brown, you know, just as well as I know, even over in the UK, you got those issues over in the UK too. Yeah, I see what you post. I see the issues that are happening with black people over in the UK. They got the same issues here, bro. The same issues. If you've ever traveled outside of this country and you go into different black communities outside of the United States, they're dealing with the same issues. Until we realize that no one is coming to save us, until we get to that point, we're going to always be in this situation where we're at. Now, some of us have a better understanding. Some of us have come out of the ghettos and the slums. Some of us have branched out and moved away and say, I ain't coming back. I get that. I get why you ain't coming back. Because some of them will kill you because you left. I understand that. And that's cool. All I'm saying is that if you can somehow get a message back to them and say, look, I will help you come out. But when you come out, you can't go back. Just bring somebody else's out. Like Harry Matugman said, you know what? I'll kill you dead before I let you go back. I will kill you dead before I let you go back. And I'm not so naive not to say that there are some legitimate white folks who's looking at this and they're like, oh my God, how can I help? I'm not saying that there are not any out there. I'm just saying right now, the craft, the Sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star, those of you who live in Mississippi, you got to save yourselves. Nobody coming to save you. So look, I've been on here for a few minutes. I thank everybody for coming on. Hey, especially my brothers from the UK. It's got to be 6 in the morning right now where you at, Brother Glenn. It's got to be either 6 or 5 in the morning where you at over in the UK. And I appreciate you, my brother. I really, really do. I love you. Brother Glenn Brown, tell your Wishful Master the same thing. Send my regards to your lodge, Mystic Lodge 619. And if all goes well, one day I'll be over there fellowshipping with you real soon. You know? That's my word. That's what I'm looking forward to. Peace and fraternal greetings to you also. But right now, we need to unite on all fronts because they coming. They coming to take back any power they thought that they may have lost. They are coming for it. Even if they assume that they had it, they coming for it. I'm just saying, I'm looking at it for what it is. I want you to take this thing we call masonry and use it. I don't want you to sit on it and be happy. Oh, I'm a Mason. I'm an Eastern Star. I got a grip, a sign up. I don't know. I want you to use it. I need for you to use it. If you're in Pennsylvania, Philly, I need for you to use it. If you're in Florida, I need for you to use it. If you're in the Carolinas, I need for you to use it. If you're in the Virginias, I need for you to use it. New York, I need for you to use it. Arkansas, I need for you to use it. Yeah, I need for you to use this thing we call Freemasonry for the betterment of our community. I'm not talking about them smaller projects. Well, we feed the homeless. We give clothes. I'm talking about some big projects, things that's going to shape and form the very community that you live in, because that's how they use Freemasonry. That's how mainstream Grand Lodges use Freemasonry. They have people in these positions and they go to them and they say, look, this is what I need in my area, my city, my town. I need this to happen. And trust me, it happens. Not instantly, but it happens. And this is what we have to do politically. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. So you small business owners, you large business owners, you're going to have to flip the script. I'm just saying. I'm just sounding an alarm. That's all. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody. That's all. I'm not even tripping. I'm not. So look, Brother Glenn, out of the UK. I apologize, brother. I've been on here for almost 45 minutes. You probably just waking up, getting ready to go to work anyway. But look, until next time, I appreciate everybody. Brother Glenn Brown, I'm going to send you, if you're still up, and I don't know if you're getting ready to go to work or not, but we're getting ready to have a special Zoom regarding Masonic studies. I will email you the link so you can participate. It's a special Zoom we got going on tonight with some of the brothers from various places in the United States. If you want to join us, hit me up in the chat right now and let me know, and I will send you that fraternal link right now. If 60 to 40. Oh, I'm just getting caught up. Can I get connected information for you from you? Yeah, what contact information do you want, my brother? Greetings, Melchizedek Lodge number 5 out of Dallas. How you doing? Greetings, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm just getting ready to log off. If you caught the last part of this, I just want to let you know, please go back and watch it. Hail from Human Abiff. I think that's supposed to be Ham Abiff number 3, Washington, D.C. Greetings. After 2 a.m. Whoa. After 2. Okay. Well, look, you need to go to sleep. You need to go to sleep, man. I'm not going to send you the link. But we are getting ready to go and have a private session regarding Freemasonry on our Zoom chat. And, so I was just sending you that, Brother Glenn from the UK. I was just sending you that invite. So this is what we're about to do. Because there's some things that we're working on here that's going to, we're not trying to be that average Grand Lodge or that average lodge. We're working in something totally different. See, we'll sit by so long and watch other people use Freemasonry for their advantage until it just looks like a damn social club. Nope, we ain't that group of people. Not here. Not here. Nope. You need to take Freemasonry and flip it and make it work for you. You got to understand the allegories that Freemasonry teaches. Everything in Freemasonry is allegory. Everything. But when you begin to go down the rabbit hole and break down the allegories, man, I'm telling you what it can do and the capabilities that you have in shaping the very place for where you live. But everybody has to be on board with that. Everyone got to be on board. No worries, brother. I will watch it tomorrow. No problem. Can I get on? T-Screener, can you get on? You're going to have to email me at jgj at yahoo, jgjafam@yahoo.com. Because this is, I need to know who you are, brother, before I let you on. I'm just being serious with you. I don't even care if you Prince Hall. I don't care. But if you're a Mason and you want to get on this private Zoom, you can do it. And it's not even about your jurisdiction. If you international, modern, free, PHO, Prince Hall, and you want to join us for a private Zoom chat, you can join in. But be mindful, it's being recorded. It's being recorded because we don't want any and everybody coming in, hopping in the chat, and then taking the information that we put in the chat, take it out, and then somebody find out exactly what we're working on and what we're trying to do. We can't have that. We can't have it. Mississippi is struggling and has struggled. Absolutely. But it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to stay that way. There are too many talented people in Mississippi, too many educated people in Mississippi for it to be that way and continue to stay that way. It's just too much, man. It is. There are some people in Mississippi that has land. I'm talking about black people that has land and money. It's true. There are some people in Mississippi who make, man, I'm telling you what I know. But you have to be willing to take that stand and say enough is enough. This is it. And draw that line in the sand and say, This is it. I'm not negotiating with you. We have negotiated with those who have tried to hurt us for so long until it looks like we're some abusive wives. I'm serious. We have negotiated with those so long until we look like some abusive wives. Blessings and greetings, Brother Williams. How you doing? Appreciate you. From Ohio, 419. Okay. Hit me up. John G. Jones, JGJ at, no, JGJAFAM at yahoo.com. And we'll fill this out, man. We'll fill this out. We got to do better. We have to do better. So please, if you just coming along, you missed something, go back and watch this. Because like I said, Mississippi is burning. That is the beginning of the foundation to roll back the clock. Okay? To roll back the clock. And you have a president right now who can actually write an executive order. We've seen Trump write executive orders all the time. He's executive order. Executive order. He can do that. But ain't nobody coming to save us as black folks. No one. You can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. And you'll catch that message on the way home. But no one is coming to save us. Next time, peace be well. Keep your light on, stay out the bushes. All right? I'm not your study guide. I'm just here to help you study. Peace.